Okay, now we're going to look at adding a more advanced enemy in, and in this case we're going to be looking in the first person shooter folder, and we're going to be looking at this zombie. Now this zombie was just downloaded from the Unity Asset Store. It is a complete 3D model. It does come with some animations, but it's not set up ready to go. So I'm going to take you through the basic setup of a model, so then hopefully in the future you'll be able to do the same with models that you download. So opening up model here, you'll notice that there isn't a prefab folder. This means that the model is not set up with the animations, nor does it have any coding on it ready to work. So we need to do that all ourselves. So opening up the model folder here, you can see that it does have what looks like a prefab, but these are the preset animations here. We've got an attack, we've got a back fall, a left fall, a right fall, and a walk. So essentially the model that we're wanting to use in this case is probably just the basic walk model, because this is what we want our zombie to do essentially most of the time. So I'm going to click and drag our zombie into the scene. And now if I just have a look at him, he's got his back turned, so I'm just going to use my E key here to rotate him round so he's actually looking at my first person controller. Alright, I'll go back to my zombie. If I was to hit play now, even though it says that I've put in the zombie walk, if I was to go up to my zombie, you can see that he is not doing anything. This is because we haven't set up any kind of animator for him, so he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. So let's get that all set up. So with our zombie walk here, what we're wanting to do is make sure that over at the side here we add tab, and we're wanting to create, oh sorry, I've done the wrong thing, I always do this. What we're actually wanting to do is create an animator for our zombie. So with our zombie selected, I'm going to come down to the project window, go to create, and we're going to create an animator controller. I'm just going to call it zombie sequence. It doesn't actually matter what you call it because we're not calling upon this in the code at all, but just as long as you remember what it is and where it's been saved to. So with our zombie sequence, if I double click to open it, you can see that this is where we set up our flowchart of animation. So we've got our entry, so this is our starting point. What do we first want our zombie to do? I would say walk, so I'm going to drag in walk, and you can see it's automatically selected a loop to make a transition from entry, arrow pointing down to walk. The next thing that we might want it to do is to attack, so it's going to walk and then attack. So I'm going to create a transition from walk, so I right click, make transition and draw it down to attack. And because I want it to loop from walk to attack and then back to walk until we trigger something else, I'm going to right click on attack, make transition, and I'm going to loop it back up to walk. So essentially this is what we're setting up for our zombie at the moment. I'm also in my code going to trigger our zombie to be able to fall over, so I'm going to make sure that I have this in here as well. So I can go back to my scene right now, and what we want to do with our zombie selected in our hierarchy is see how it automatically has an animator on the inspector. I want to drag now this animator controller that we've created into the controller there. So we have then said that it's going to do the following. If I actually play the game and go up to my zombie, it should be walking and then attacking. So he's not moving though because we don't have any artificial intelligence on him, but we do have some animations.